See, none exception.
Okay. So it's not recording anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I will tell you why this. So if you check the, so now, so I will stop it now. Okay. See, now it's recording, right? So what is happening here is, hello.
Yeah, I am there.
So actually what? So we are recording from browser, right?
Yeah.
So for any HTTP call, there should be some header manager.
But okay, I don't know whether I told you that I bought some JMeter videos.
Okay. From which?
I was from qtpselenium.com.
For how much you paid for videos?
I paid around 9,000.
Before the class or after the class? You have paid it.
Before.
That's fine. Okay.
Because I didn't get enough support from them, I arranged for a class.
Okay.
Because tutor. Okay, I will listen to those videos. She told in the videos, I mean, these HTTP headers are not that important. So she unchecked and ran it.
Okay. So no, she recorded. So, okay, she unchecked and she recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. At the time she didn't get any error.
No, she didn't get any error.
Okay. Okay, but as of now I didn't try with uncheck, but I will try for you tomorrow. And I will tell you the reason, proper reason.
Okay.
So what I will do, why I will check this one. See, if you check any call, there will be one header manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so without header manager, script won't work properly. The API call won't work properly.
Okay, but hers worked actually. She didn't. She for all the recording she did. She unchecked and ran it.
Okay, okay. But I will tell you the proper reason. But as of now, we need a header manager. Why? Because see, here we are telling that which agent we should use, what is the redirection. There will a lot of code will be there. Okay. So if you have free time, just go through HTTP header manager. You will get to know what is important of header manager.
Okay.
Okay. But tomorrow I will tell you what could be the issues.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah. So that's why we are capturing HTTP address. Okay. I will tell you the better reason. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then start it. So you will go for one application, right? So you can record any application. You will get the call. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we will do for. I told you about web store application.
Web sure. No.
No, did I tell you about web store, web load MP store application? No, right?
No.
No. Okay. So let's do for one web application. Okay.
Okay.
So now go to browser. Let's open the application. So this is for dummy application for our testing. So anyone can access it. I remember that I told you this one, right?
Yeah. But we didn't do anything actually.
Oh,
we didn't do anything on it.
Yeah, then fine. Yeah. So this is webloadmpstore.com. So just remember, note down this IP. So this is for our testing purpose.
Okay.
Okay. So what I will do here, I went to home page, right? Now I'm on home page. Okay. So now I click on login. Just wait. We need to check whether it's recording or not. Okay, it is recording. Just give the username password. You can register it, no issues. We can give the dummy mail. You will get a username and password.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just clicking on the login. So login page, login. Okay, redirect to the our home page after login.
Right.
Okay, you can see our username
Right.
and you can see logout. So if you see these two options means we are logged into the application.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So now, so what I will do again, I will log out. Okay. So now I'll stop my script. So what we did now, we went to home page and clicked on login and we have given the username and password. Then again log out.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the next step? We have to delete the unnecessary calls.
Right.
Yeah. So how could we know that what is unnecessary or what is important calls?
From the URL, from the, yeah, if you go to one of the calls, I can tell you.
Yeah.
From the path.
Yeah. From the path and from the server IP, first one.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually we are doing for uploadmp2.com, right? So we should always check.
Yeah.
Yeah, the server name should be with the application name only. Okay. So delete. Okay. Next one, uploadmp2.com. Okay, is valid. Next one, webload.mp2.com value. Next webload mp2. Next webload mp2. Now again invalid one. Okay.
Yeah.
So next one webload. Okay. So we got total 5 calls. Okay. So once we got the call, then we need to identify which call is for which one. Like what is the call for home, what is the call for login. We need to identify those calls. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can't tell like with seeing the URL, right? See, this is all the login, but these are different calls, right?
Yeah.
So how we will fetch means we need to run the script, then only we can able to see, we can able to identify every call.
Okay.
Okay. So let's add a listener. Okay. So listener is used to generate the results and reports.
Okay.
Did I told you about subcomponent of JMeter?
Not yet.
Okay. So let's add listener. History.
These are all created by you?
Sorry?
Because in my JMeter it doesn't appear the certain components.
Yeah, I will tell you. It will be the plugins, which is JMeter plugins.
Okay.
Okay, and some are my own and some are JMeter plugins. I will tell you all those things.
Okay.
In part of classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now what you will do? Now just run it. So it will ask to save. So is our wish. We can save it or we don't have. Okay. See, now you can see these 5 calls, right? Okay. So we call these are executed transactions. Okay.
Okay.
So these are recorded calls. Okay. Now see, if you click on each request and you can see the 3 tabs here. Sampler result, request and response data. Okay. Sampler result means it's summary of our request.
Okay.
I will tell you all those things. Okay. So request is what you are sending to the server. Okay. You can see 333 what we have given webloadmp2.com http and get and slash. Okay. So so you can see here get HTTP upload.com. So it framed the request like that. Okay. So for this one, what we got the response from the server. Okay. So this is the server response. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, but see, we can't understand this language, right? It's in HTML.
Yeah.
So, as a developer, he can understand. Okay, as
Right.
if you don't have much experience with HTML, right? So we can't understand what is going on. So there is one option called HTML. You can see the drop down of this view registry. You can see the text, right?
Yeah.
You can see the drop down. You can see here HTML. If you click on this, you see you can see the code of HTML format. Got it?
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to see exact URL means like exact page means you have to click on HTML download resources. Means it will download another images or whatever the calls. They will download all those things. Okay. Yeah. If you click on see, you can see all the images like exact what we have seen in the browser. Okay, but if you put this option, if you have 100 calls, your system JMeter will be hanged out, and it will take more time to load the page. Okay, so do avoid this one every time. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like this. So you can see clearly, you can clearly tell it. Okay, this is the home page of the web.ambishow.com. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you will do for your understanding, what you will make it as a home page.
Okay.
Okay. So next one.
Okay.
So what is this next one? You can see here the username and password. So this is a login page. Okay. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So okay. Next one I will tell you. Before that one, you should understand the subcomponent of JMeter. Okay.
Okay.
Because if you can see, there will be one error here. So that's why you can't understand this error now. That's why I will tell you subcomponents, then only you will get it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start. Subcomponents JMeter means if you see. So if you open the JMeter, you can see only the two steps: test plan and workbench. Right? So test plan is for the permanent storage of the script, and workbench is for temporary storage of the script. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So then why we need to use the workbench? So only for the recording option only we use this workbench. Right?
Right.
Yeah. So because if you add anything to here, and if you close it and if you save it, it won't save. Even though you save it, it won't save. Okay. If I add anything in the test plan only, JMeter will save the elements on the test plan only. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
In Workbench, you cannot save it, so you save it in the test plan.
Yeah. But so to recording purpose only, we use the workbench.
Right.
So let's see the subcomponent of JMeter. If you click on test plan, you can see add thread all those elements.
Right.
Yeah. So you should understand what is the elements, why we need to use, when we need to use, because these are the only important elements.
Right.
And there is one difference. And see, you can't see the sampler here. Okay, so you need to add thread group. For the thread group one, you can see the sampler component. I will tell you what is the sampler, everything. Okay, that is the difference between test plan and thread group. So to do anything in the JMeter, we should have thread group one. Without thread group, we can't do anything. Because this is a load generator.
Okay. Okay.
So if we have script, right? If you want to put the load, we have to use thread group only. So without thread group, you can't generate the load.
Right.
Okay, that's why thread group is very, very important thing. Okay. Yeah. So let's start now subcomponents. Then you will get it some better clarity. So we'll open WordPad. Okay. So we are doing for background calls, right?
Yeah.
So we can simply call the background call as API.
Okay.
You know, right? What is API means?
Application programming interface.
Yeah. Why we need to use that API?
Sorry?
Okay, what is the use of the API?
It runs in the background of between the browser and the server.
Yeah. Simply it's like
That is client and the.
Yeah. It interacts with software components. Okay.
Sorry?
If you interact between the two software components.
Software components. Okay.
Software components.
Okay.
Okay. So like see, we are doing something on the UI page, right? So in background the data will be transferred through these APIs only.
Okay.
Like see, if you are giving username and password in any IRC website, any Flipkart.com, so this API will transfer this data from our UI to the DB server and it will check this is valid or invalid. Okay, and our API will get the back response to us.
Okay.
So the interaction between our UI and DB servers, API server, we are talking about requests, right? This request nothing but APIs.
All right.
Okay, and in APIs there will be major two types: REST calls and web services.
Okay.
So in web services, most important one is
REST and SOAP, right?
Yeah, SOAP.
Okay.
In REST, we will use the HTTP protocol.
Okay.
And we have different type of protocols like MDP protocol, like JDBC, FTP, JMS. A lot of protocols are there. Based on our application, we need to find out the appropriate protocol. Okay. So nowadays, mostly 95% people use the HTTP protocol only. Okay. For as of our JMeter, we will do everything in the HTTP protocol only.
Okay.
So if you have free time, like the interview, they will ask these questions: what are the protocols available? What are the types of API? Okay. So if you have free time, just read about those things. You will get it clearly.
Okay.
So now we in the JMeter we have a component called sampler. Okay, sampler means request. Okay. So why the component sampler means it's samplifying the request. That's why we call it a sampler. Okay. So in JMeter, if you go to see that group, right click on that group, add sampler. You can see we all the different type of protocols available. Okay. See the request JDBC, JMS, FTP, BSF, LUN, LADP. These are all the different type of protocols available in JMeter.
Okay.
So mostly we use HTTP request. I will tell you all the requests too. Okay. Yeah. See, now don't confuse what is HTTP request means. Our API call will use this protocol. See, we have data, right? Raw data. Suppose username and password. Okay. So one protocol will access the data from different way. That's it. Okay, you got it, right? What are the protocols?
Yeah. So you mean to say like any one of the protocol, the API will be running?
Yeah, it's based on application.
based on the application.
Yeah, mostly
So
90%.
all these protocols and everything will be told by the developer.
Yeah, he will tell it. But we can use everything in the HTTP only. See, if suppose your application is developed in FTP protocol, you can test with the HTTP too.
Okay.
Okay, so don't worry. Okay, I will tell you all those things.
Okay.
Okay. So in this sampler is the very important in the JMeter because without request you can't do anything.
Okay.
That's it, right? Like because in the request only our body, our server IP, everything will be there. So without request you can't run a JMeter script.
Right.
Okay, so sampler is a very important and it should be under thread group only.
Okay.
That's why see if you go to test plan and you can't see the sampler. See, you got it right. So if you click on thread group and then you can see the sampler. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So if we are running the script means then we should see the results, right? What is going on, whether it's correct or wrong. So we use a component called listener.
Right.
Okay. So listeners use it to for the see the results and generate the reports.
Right.
Okay. So if what is the listener means it is one component of JMeter which is used to generate the graphs and reports and you have to see the results. Okay. So listeners means listening means our ears are listening to some voice, right? So like you have to remember it, listeners. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So if we do the functional testing or manual testing, so how we can able to tell that okay it's test case pass or test case fail?
If it is not meeting the expected result,
Then we
Yes,
can
fail.
fail the test case. So similarly we have a one component JMeter. Okay, because see if it's a one call then we can go to response to be we can check it. But if you have 1,000 calls,
yeah.
we can't check manually, right?
Yeah.
So we have one component called assertions.
Right.
So assertions we have to use it for validating our results.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So here we will write our expected result, and if you got that one, our test case will pass or it will fail. So we can clearly know that okay, it's failed, it's passed like that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Next one. So we are testing for the login call. Okay. So for the login call, what we need username and password. Okay. So now if you have to test with 1,000 users. Okay. So generally for the one user, what we'll do, we will hardcode the username and password in the call, our request. Right?
Right.
Yeah. But if you want to test with 1,000 users, so we can't write all the calls with the 1,000 calls and we can't hardcode 1,000 username, 1,000 password in that request. Yes? You got the question or not?
Yeah, you mean to say like for 1,000 users, how to record the username and password?
No, how to run the script, not how to record.
How to run the script for 1,000 users?
Yeah. So for 1,000 users, we need 1,000 usernames and 1,000 passwords, right?
Right.
So we can't write all the username and passwords in the JMeter script.
Right.
Yeah. So for this option, we have one component called CSV dataset config.
CSV dataset component.
Yeah. So in what we'll do is we will write all the usernames and passwords in the CSV file, and we will pass the CSV file to the JMeter.
Okay.
So parameter is the data here. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why it is easy for us, right? So we can pass because our username and password will be the Excel file only. So developer will give username and password in Excel file only, right? So I will tell you all this in detail, but as of now, just you have to remember the CSV data config. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will write our usernames and passwords in the CSV file. Okay, and we'll pass the CSV
Okay.
file to the JMeter script. And we will parameterize the username and password. So it will take the data from the CSV file. Okay, you didn't get it?
No, I'm not able to hear you.
Hello?
I'm not able to hear you actually. Like voice got stuck.
Now?
Now it's okay.
Yeah. See, we have usernames and passwords in the CSV file. So we'll pass the CSV file to JMeter script.
Okay.
Okay, so I will tell in the detailed way. As of now, just remember it. So this is like some configuration setting, right?
Yeah.
So we have a component called config elements.
Okay.
So under this component, you will find all these setups. Okay. Okay. And one thing, and JMeter is not a browser, right?
Yes, it's a proxy server.
Yeah, it's like proxy. So it don't have the cookie and catch it. Only browser can have those components. So like to remember the see for the if first time if you are loading 5 MB document in the browser, it will take 5 minutes, right? For the second time it will take less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Why? Because the data will be always stored in the cache, so it will get the data from the cache only, not from the server.
Right.
Right. So same way if you have to implement those type of things in our JMeter to replicate the scenarios like browser. Okay. So we have a components called cookie manager and cache manager.
Okay.
It is also under config element only.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So all the setups will be under config element. You have to remember like that. Okay, got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So next one. Suppose if you open any e-commerce application, so generally how much time you take to complete one purchase?
Mm, minimum 2 minutes.
Over 2 minutes. So first you will open the website of like Amazon or Jabang, whatever it is. Okay. So then you will wait
Yeah.
some time to search the product.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or suppose if you see the 10% and you will think, okay, which part is the better? You will think in that way, right? You can't purchase or you can't click immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will wait. You will take 1 minute of time. So once you choose the product, then again you will wait for some time to payment, like from credit card or from net banking, from debit card, or it's good or not, or a better time to purchase it. You will wait. You will wait for some time to think all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally we call this waiting call as a think time.
Okay.
Okay. So to implement these scenarios in our JMeter, so we have to replicate the real time scenarios, no? So we have to add time, delay also between the requests.
Right.
So for this we have a component called timer.
Right.
Okay, in timers we have different time of timers. It will just delay. It will add a delay to the request. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So someone if ask you to like how you create a delay between the request means you will tell them we can use the component timer.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now suppose you have 3 modules of your application, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you have recorded our all the modules through JMeter recording option. Okay, and you got all those things like this. So before you have seen right, we have got some 20 or 30 calls. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, hello? Hello? Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry for the call.
no problem.
Yeah. So, see, once you recorded, you have seen all the calls, right? You have seen 20 or 30 calls. You got it or not?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, your voice is breaking now and then. That's why I cannot actually answer you.
I don't know where the problem is. Okay, are you able to hear it now? Hello?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, okay. See, before the recording, you have seen, right, 20 to 30 calls. Says?
20 to 30 calls.
Yeah, 20 to 30 calls. So it contains all your login page, all the card, whatever it may be. It will contain all the calls, right? But you need to split them into according to the pages or modules, right? Then only you can understand clearly. Okay, this all the calls belong to this module. That means this login page. Okay, this all call belongs to adding the card. This call belongs to logout. You need to split them calls, right?
Right.
Yeah. So for to organizing our test calls, we have a component called logic controller.
Okay.
Okay. So logic controller have two advantages. One is to organize our JMeter script like our modules wise and to tell the request to at which time they need to execute. You will get it once I will tell about logic controller. Okay. So as of now,
Oh,
just remember it. Logic controller means organizing the ever request.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. So and we have next two important components. This is called preprocessor. Preprocessor. Pre means
3 minutes before.
before. So if you are sending request to the server, right? If you want to do some changes in that request before going to the server, then you will use this preprocessor component. Got it?
Okay.
I will tell you with examples.
Yeah.
As of now, just understand the component, what it will do. That's it. Okay? So if you want to sending any request to the server,
Okay.
if you want to do changes before the request was going to server, then you will use the component preprocessor. Okay.
So, like, you do some changes to the request before it gets sent to the
Yes.
server. That is
Yes.
called preprocessor.
Yeah. With the help of preprocessor only, we can do that one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So next one is the post processor. So post means post means hello.
Think after. After.
After. So suppose we got the response from the server, then we have to do some things in that response. Then we use the component called post processor.
Yeah.
Okay, got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the 8 components of the JMeter. We can simply remember it like LCD, LCD TV, and PS like physical science, and PAL. Okay, you can simply remember the components LCD, PS, PAL. Okay.
Okay.
You got it right. These are the 7 components of the JMeter. So with this only we will do
Alright.
all those things in the JMeter.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's been 8 just 1 minute. Huh?
Okay.
Okay. So with these components only we will do everything in the JMeter.
Right.
Okay. So suppose if you want to see the results of your request, then which component you will add?
Listeners.
Listeners. So to check whether the test case pass or fail. Hello.
Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Okay. So to check your test case pass or fail, which one you will use?
Assertions.
Assertion. So like this you need to understand what are those things. So suppose you go to JMeter, then you will get to know. Okay. See in the results, so they will all will helpful for the generate the results. Okay.
Right.
So in the sample you see all the requests. So without request you can't do anything in the JMeter.
Right.
Okay. So timers you can see with this help of these timers we can able to delay the request. Okay. In the assertions, with the help of this, we can able to find out whether test case pass or fail. Okay, and with these controllers, we can organize our scripts. Okay, and the config element, these are the like config setup. So before going to start this one. Okay,
Right.
yeah. And next thing you should understand is order of elements, order of execution of the elements.
Okay.
Okay, see, suppose in this script you can able to see that total 5 scripts are there. Okay, and 1 listener.
Right.
Yeah. So what listener will do? It will generate the result.
Right.
Right? So in the JMeter, the samplers will execute in a sequence wise. It is very, very important. The samplers will execute in the sequence. After this one, next one will be executed.
Okay.
Okay. The thread, the request won't execute in the parallel. Okay.
No, actually, voice is continuously breaking.
So I am able to hear you properly.
Maybe problem with my end.
So what do you do?
Last session and all, it was okay. I don't know. I never faced this problem.
Why with my JMeter?
Okay, you continue.
Okay. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So he. So okay. So you are learning some Selenium, huh?
Yeah, I'm learning Selenium.
So it is from Hyderabad or Chennai?
Chennai.
Okay. So you using like which one? to communicate with you? Skype or join me or what he is using?
I'm learning from a video tutorial.
Oh, video tutorial. Okay.
I don't have a tutor.
Okay, fine. So, see, the request will execute in the series wise only, sequence. Okay? After one is next one will be executed. After
Okay.
second one, after third one will be executed. Okay? And
Okay.
see, this listener.
Okay.
So, you can see it now. See. And you know, right, this option, clear all.
Yeah, it's clear.
What it will do? What it will do?
Clears the page.
Clears the results.
Okay.
Yeah. See why? Because if I didn't clear it, if I run it again, then the results will be appended to the my previous run.
Right.
See now we got five calls. So I already executed, right? Done. See again if I click on run, see the second time results were appended to the first time result.
Yeah.
So I will get confused. So every run you need to clear the results.
Right.
Now see, if I put this one to the top of the request, now can I see the results or not? Hello? Yeah. See, I have kept this result tree on top of the request, right?
Hello?
If I run it, whether I am able to see the results or not. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I am there.
Okay. See, I have kept the listener on top of the request, right?
Hello?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So if I run the script now, whether I'm able to see the results or not.
I think you should not able to.
Why?
Because results come first before the calls getting executed.
Okay, see, let's run it now. See?
Still you can see. Yeah.
Okay. So there is one concept called execution order of the JMeter.
All right.
That's very, very important.
Okay.
So what it is? Execution order of
JMeter.
elements. So without sample we can't do anything, right?
Yeah.
So can you guess what is the first component it will run?
Logic controller?
No. The first component is a config element.
Config element. Okay.
So if you have place, I will tell you.
Maybe preprocessor before.
Sorry? Preprocessor?
Because before sending the request, if we want to change anything to the calls,
Yeah.
we need to have preprocessor,
Yeah.
right?
No. I will tell you. So first will be the config element. So if you add any element of the config element at any place. So let's see CSV dataset config. Okay. If I put this last also, it will execute the first. Okay. So JMeter will execute the config element first place.
Okay.
Okay. So config element will be first. Okay. After the config element, timer will execute. Okay. So suppose you want to add delay, right? So timer will execute, then only request will be executed.
Okay.
See, I will tell, don't confuse. See, suppose this is one request, right? So if I add
Yeah.
time into this one, add timer, suppose constant timer. Okay. See, if I run it, if I run the script, first home page will be executed, then timer will be executed, then this second request will be executed.
Right.
Got it right? Because before the sample only timers will be executed.
Right.
Okay. Now after the timers, preprocessor will be executed.
Okay.
Got it right? After preprocessor, samples will be
Yeah.
executed. Now request. So before running the request, JMeter will run all those things. You got
Right.
it now? Hello?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Now after running the sampler, so what would be the first one? Assertion, listeners, or post processor?
Assertions. Assertions.
Why assertions? Why not listeners?
Assertions, we are going to validate the response, and then after validating we generate the reports.
Yeah, but before assertion, post processor will be there.
Okay.
Okay. After post processor, then assertions. Okay. Then
Okay.
you got no clarity.
Yeah.
So
Can you tell me what is post processor once again, please?
yeah. So post process means suppose if you hit anything to a server, right? You will get a response.
Right.
So you want to
Right.
do something like you want to extract the data from the response. Suppose you have created one project in the application.
Okay.
Okay. So generally, if you create any project, you will get one project name and project ID, right?
Okay.
Suppose if you want to fetch the project
Right.
ID, because this is not here, right? You can't see anything. We will give just the data, and it will get if you send the request, the project will be created in the background only. You can't see the project ID. Okay. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we have to put the ID from the response only. Why? Because you are sending the data to the server. So server will generate the one project and it will give the data in the response only, right? So to fetch the value from
Right.
the response, we will use the post processor. Okay.
Okay.
So in this here, logic control won't be there because it is not a component, like it's organized.
Okay.
So there won't be any place for logic controller.
Right.
Okay. So this is the execution order. But 1 minute, small dot. Let's do this one. So see, sorry, the before after pre-processor timers will be executed. Okay. Okay, this is the one. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah.
Yes, Ravi.
Yeah. I thought the call from my phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm using a same ringtone. That's why. Okay. There's a one
Okay.
mistake. So after the config element, pre-processor will be executed, then only timers. But I told you before reverse. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So after config pre-processor, then timers.
Right.
You will get it all the things. So this is the order of execution of the elements. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Are you free now, or can I continue the class?
We will take next today, tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Then fine. So as of now, I will send this video from tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got it right? What we have discussed today? Like what are the components of the JMeter? That's it, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye.